Howdy failers, Defcamp here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Question on my mind today. Question I present to you. Is every MMO doomed to fail? That is the question that I have thought of today. You know, recently we saw this pretty epic fail that Bless Online took.
Listen, you motherfuckers. I just wanted a game, an MMORPG. I fucking stayed up nights waiting for Bless Online. I hyped, I waited, and it comes and it's shit!
Steam is currently refunding everyone who wants to get a refund on the game. And that's a pretty big deal if you ask me. That's how much of an upset it was. How much of a disaster one could say, and how much of a piece of shit that game was.
Worst fucking game! Bless Online, more like Bless Offline, just like everyone is saying they're right.
I played it. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I didn't play it. I watched people play it. And thank God I didn't buy it, because it would have been a waste of money. But it brought this question to me. You know, there's a lot of new MMOs on the horizon. Pantheon, Crowfall, what's the other one? Well, there's a few MMOs coming up on the horizon that I know of. And, you know, of course, Classic is probably the most well-known in the, of course, our community and whatnot. But you know, is every MMO doomed to fail? And why is that? And I believe it is because World of Warcraft set a standard that they can't even keep up with anymore on retail. I mean, they can't. And every other game has that standard for, you know, most people in the MMO market have played World of Warcraft, and they come in there wanting something like that. They want that pull that pulled them in when they fell in love with WoW or whenever it was, or whatever game, and it doesn't meet that expectation. At least for me, that's how I feel.
What the fuck? I just want a game that's like World of Warcraft. Why can't you fuckers make a game like World of Warcraft, man? Fucking fuck, dude.
Whenever I play a new game, I want to get that feeling I did when I first played WoW for the first time and got hooked on it. And you know, I think the only game that can meet up to that standard is Classic. I think that's the only hope that we have as far as the MMO community. I think that is basically as good as it's going to get. I don't know if it can get any better than that. I really don't. We've seen a lot of MMOs come out that, you know, people thought were going to be the WoW killer. You know, we had a lot of them. We had the Star Wars. We had WildStar. We had so many games that people were claiming to be, you know, the WoW killer, or at least an MMO that is going to be somewhat comparable to WoW. And so far, you know, some of these games had small followings. They've had pretty successful, you know, like Guild Wars, Guild Wars 2. They've been, you know, pretty successful in their own little realm, but nothing compared to WoW. Nothing compared to WoW at its peak. And I think even now it feels like WoW is competing with what WoW once was. And I think that's one of the reasons why they came to release Classic, because that's as good as it gets with them. It's as good as it's ever going to get. You're going to have Classic, your BC, and Wrath, and, you know, those are the glory years. As much as, you know, some people don't like Wrath, you know, that was the peak. I think right around Wrath was like the peak subscriber mark. And, you know, even early Kata, a lot of people, I loved early Kata. I thought it was hard. You know, I remember doing heroics, and then like it was like a couple months into Kata, not even, I think it was, you know, maybe like one of the first patches, everything just went downhill. And ever since then, I feel like WoW's been competing with old WoW. So I think that's another reason why they finally figured that they're never going to make an expansion that's going to be what old WoW once was. And I don't think there is going to be a game that is going to have the pull and the effect that WoW Classic, the older expansions, did on people. I've been looking at some games that I've been really psyched for, like Pantheon. Pantheon looks like it could be a good game. It really does. But do I think it can be a WoW killer? Probably not. Probably not. I think the only thing that can kill WoW, or what WoW is now, because WoW, even though WoW is, you know, not what it was in its glory days, it is still the most played MMORPG to this day. Hey guys, so while editing this, I wanted to come back and actually make sure that I was right with this. So there's a lot of hearsay with, you know, Blizzard sub numbers with World of Warcraft, because you can't actually get their sub numbers anymore. But with the information that I looked up and with what other people have looked up, so apparently back in WoD, the lowest numbers went down to like 5.5 million, and with the release of Legion, they said that they saw numbers close to what it was back in the Wrath and the Glory days. So estimates were up to 10 plus million at the height of Legion, and estimates now are anywhere between 6 to 8 million or more. So even with those numbers, it's pretty sure and pretty evident that WoW is and has more subs than Final Fantasy Online, ESO, any other competitor in the MMO market. WoW is still, and probably will be for a long time, the biggest guy out there when it comes to MMOs. So I'll link the video that I got some of this information from. And go back to the video now. Okay, here we go. We're going back. The only game that can surpass that, in my opinion, is WoW Classic. I don't even know if that counts because it's pretty much the same fucking thing, but I don't know. But it's kind of daunting. It's kind of sad, even for someone who loves this genre as I do. I love MMORPGs. I think they are the quintessential game that I mean, so many people, you're playing with all these different people, all these different backgrounds, and to come together to have that RPG game with, I love RPGs, and to be able to share that with other people. You know, I think a lot of gamers who I know, their favorite genre for the most part is MMOs. And you know, it's pretty sad when you think that, is there ever going to be an MMO again like WoW? Can there be? Is every game trying to be too much like WoW? Is that the problem? Does a game need to have a totally different standard and just totally think outside the box? Maybe that's the only thing that can save us. I don't know. But in the meantime, what do we do? That's the question, right? What do we do in the meantime? We don't know how long it's going to be for Classic. We have no friggin' idea. It could be a year. You know, hopefully they say something at this BlizzCon. But for a lot of people like myself, I feel trapped. Like I wanted to give Bless Online a try, and then I watched it and I was like, what the hell is this shit? You know, I'm not big into the whole Korean market, like these little furry friggin' animals running around. The combat looked horrible. There was lag going on, and then the buy to win shit. And it's just sad to see, you know, the pay to win, all that bullshit. And that word should not even be synonymous with MMOs. Pay to win, those words should not have anything to do with MMOs. Let that for the phone shit, you know? If those phone games want to be pay to win, whatever, but not on my fucking PC, okay? Not an MMO. MMOs should not be pay to win. You know, you want to have Fortnite, all that kind of crap, whatever, man, you know, but the game that I want to spend my time playing, the game that when I sit home, when I come and I want to relax, you know, I don't want that to be a pay to win game. I want it to be a game that I can sit down, relax, and actually put time into and feel rewarded and feel like somebody can't have the same shit as me who just logged on and they have, you know, 100 extra bucks in their pocket and they want to spend it on the game and they get a head start ahead of me. Like, that's bullshit. You know, that's not what a true MMO is. Maybe that's just because that's what I grew up with. I don't know. But, I mean, you ask most people, when pay to win comes into the equation, it's pretty much game over. You know, cosmetic shit, whatever. Maybe it's inevitable for some sort of store. I don't know. But I wish it wasn't, you know. So in the meantime, what do we do? You know, myself, I'm playing on private servers. There's a new Lightbringer, Lights Hope private server coming out on June 23rd. which I'm pretty much waiting for because I don't really want to play too much on my character now that I have, and then when June 23rd rolls, I'm just gonna like forget him. So, you know, right now I'm kind of stuck in like a limbo of playing, you know, Skyrim and older games and messing around, and it just sucks to see so many games, so many things that could have been, and they end up shit in the bed. But, you know, I'm pretty hopeful. When it comes to Classic WoW, I'm pretty hopeful. I know there's been not a lot, but there's been some people out there who've been, you know, saying that it's going to be pay to win, it's going to be WoW tokens, this, that, and the other. But I mean, I'm holding on to that little bit of hope that that's all that we have, really. So I'm being hopeful at least. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think is the problem with MMOs today? Do you think they're trying to be too much like WoW? Do you think they're trying to be too much like another game, or what? You guys let me know. Alright? Peace.
Game. I just wanted a fucking game like World of Warcraft, man. I just wanted a game, an MMORPG that we've all been waiting for. And what the fuck do we get? Poor translation, poor combat, poor everything. For fucking $40, I spent 10 minutes in the game. I logged in, lagged. I got a fucking $16,000 computer, and it's still fucking lagged. Worst fucking game. Bless Online, more like Bless Offline, just like everyone is saying, they're right. This game fucking sucks. I never want to fucking... I just wanted a fucking MMORPG to play. I'm addicted. I can't play WoW with shit. I can't stand the fucking pandas. And I stayed up nights reading about Bless Online. I was excited. Yeah, it fucking pissed me off that I can't get pets and shit. The pets are like fucking, you know, giving you stats and all that shit. But it just pisses me off that I just, for once, just wanted to play a game and be happy.